Alright guys, this is episode 1 of Teaching My Way to Champs. And in this series, I'm going to be heading up to Champion League, but on the way, I'm going to give you guys some pointers on how to get there yourself. Alright, so in this first raid, I want to demonstrate that when you're first going up to Champs and you're working your way through gold and the beginning crystals, you want to use a cheap army like Barch or Bam, something of that nature, maybe even Giant Healer. That way, by the time you get up into the Masters and Champions, you have enough elixirs saved up to use the heavier hitting armies that you'll need up there. Alright, so here I am. I'm just going for trophies, and if I can get some resources along the way, that's good too. So I'm picking on battles that I can get at least 20 trophies with, that way I can work my way back up to Crystal for the pre-push. And in the next episode, I'll talk to you a little bit more of why I do a pre-push. So I'm going through the base here. I'm placing down some barbarians to act as a meat shield and some archers. I waited till they took out enough buildings I could send my barbarians in the middle. And then I'm going to place a heal spell here. Heal spells work great with Barch because there's splash damage and they take a lot of splash damage. And the heal spell will pretty much put them up to full health right away. I would not have been able to do as much as I did on this base without the heal spell. So there they go, the barbarians in Archer's deck took out the remainder of that splash damage, and now we're just down to point defenses. So I still have a good bit of troops left and my Archer Queen, so this should be smooth sailing from here on out. And sorry for the little bit of lag there. I don't really know what's happening. My Wi-Fi has been acting up a bit, but it wasn't too bad. I've seen some worse. Okay, so there they are. They're taking out the left side of the base. I got my Archer Queen doing some work over there as well. I'm going to place down some archers near some buildings in the edges. That way I can be sure I'll have enough time to finish up. I placed one up the builder hut at the top. You can't really see it though. And I just placed one down at the bottom near this barracks. We only have 17 seconds left, and all we have left is a camp, that barracks, and we should be good to go. This was a pretty decent 3-star with some loot to go with it. Not an incredible amount, but I don't really care that much about it. So there we go, 29 trophies from our first raid. Alright, so this is what my defensive log has been looking like. I'm only getting 1-star with the occasional win here and there. And that's because I have my town hall outside. I'm still in farming mode. That guy actually got a decent amount of my dark elixir. And yeah, I'm still in farming mode at least until I hit Crystal League, because no one's going to do too much work to me. And ignore that text right there that came in right in the middle of my recording. But my offense, I've just been terrorizing people. A lot of revenges and stuff, so I can get the easy wins. So what I'm looking for on these bases are offers of the high 20s, that way I can get a decent amount of trophies if I 2-star, or I will take a 15+ trophy offer if there's a good enough amount of loot. And when I'm talking about loot, I'm mainly talking about elixir, because I really need to save that up. This is a really good raid here, 31 trophies. Not that great on loot, but I will take that 162 dark elixir. So I'm just going to place my barbarians down in front to act as a meat shield, then the archers behind. My main goal here is to get a 2-star. I don't think I can really get a 3-star on a Town Hall 8 with this particular army composition without using my spells. I probably could have if I would have used both my lightnings to take out a mortar and a rage in the middle, but I don't really want to spend that much elixir. So I'm going to settle for the 2-star here. The barbarians and archers are working their way in the middle, and that mortar did some heavy damage on those archers, but I do have plenty of them left, so that is a good thing. Now, when I almost ended the battle there, that was pretty bad. So I'm placing some barbarians and archers along the outside to pick off those buildings again. And one thing you want to be sure of when you're raiding with this army composition is that you're not placing down all your troops at once. You kind of want to space them out, because those splash damage will take out large groups at a time. You'll have the numbers to work with, but you do not have the strength. Okay, so we're hitting at 46% here. Should be good for the rest of the raid, just waiting for them to finish up those last 4 percentage points. Alright, only need 2 more. As soon as that barbarian takes out that camp, we should be good. Okay, sitting at 53%, gonna end it there. No loot really to speak of, but 20 trophies. I'll take that. Alright, so we've got a long ways to go. I'm just sitting here in gold 3 right now. We're not even halfway to champs, but we're working our way up. Just a few days ago, I was at 500 trophies, and I do want to get that, at least that Inferno Tower up before I go to help me with some hogs. Alright, so this last raid of the day, I'm going to do a revenge on a guy. I found some great loot. And I'm going to try Go Wipe for the first time with these new golems that I got. So, as you can see, I'm having a bit of trouble learning the heroes. And what I'm going to do from now on is maybe bring about 15 wall breakers and maybe a few less barbarians. That way I can lure them out with those. Because this guy had a pretty good placement of his outside buildings. That way I can really lure his heroes. So I've already wasted 30 seconds, haven't even gotten the attention of the Barbarian King yet. I'm still struggling to do so, and I finally get his attention there. So I'm going to lure them all to the top because that's where I want to attack from. And as they're working their way up, I'm going to have to take another probably 20 seconds. So I just placed one Barbarian down, and he actually took out a big bomb there, so that was good for me so my other troops don't have to hit it. I'm going to lure them as far away from the defense as I can so none of them get picked off. And then I'm just going to spread my barbarians and archers out and place some minions behind them. I do this so I can take out the outer buildings along with the heroes. That way my P.E.K.K.A.s don't run around, or P.E.K.K.A.s, however you want to pronounce it. And here, he had a lot more archers. I wasn't able to lure them out because I had already taken too much time, so I'm just going to have to use a lightning on them as soon as they group together. Alright, most of my infantry is now dead, but they were able to group up the clan castle troops, so that's good. Just going to go ahead, grab my lightning spell here, and wait a little bit too long to do that. Probably took about 10 seconds, and that's going to come back to haunt me. So now I can begin with the real raid. Gonna place down both my golems, followed by 2 P.E.K.K.A.s and the one in my clan castle. When I do Go Wipe, I'm always gonna have one in my clan castle that I donate to myself from my iPad account. So I go ahead and place a rage spell there. That way I can start working into the core of the base. Those P.E.K.K.A.s range off to the right, but that shouldn't be a problem because there aren't too many buildings over there for them to worry with. So as soon as I get into this core here, my wizards are going to start going to work. I also got a golem in there, which is good. He's going to take most of the hit points, and that P.E.K.K.A. is just doing massive damage. I placed down a heal spell there to kind of help out my wizards. Normally with this army composition, instead of 2 heal spells, 2 lightning spells, and a rage spell, I would more or less do a freeze spell, a lightning spell, 2 rage, and maybe a heal, depending on whether I want 2 freeze or not. Okay, so I got through most of his base, and this was a decent base. If I had just not wasted all that time in the beginning, I would have done much better. Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Take it easy, guys.